Good morning to you, good afternoon to you, and good evening to you from wherever you are joining us this moment. It is brunch time with Mayegun. Please share this. You, Olufumilayo Showumi, you are holding the front line there on Facebook. Thank you. Share this broadcast, invite your friends, invite your not so friendly friends, and tell them that Mayegun today. Tinubu said his fall yesterday was a swagger. He doubled for democracy. But that's kind of nice for him to take it on his chin. Tell everybody. Thank you so much. Remember, Peter Obi himself was also on TV yesterday. Yesterday was a marked day for Democracy Day because it was to remember the man that they believe his death led to the democracy as well as the death of so many others, right? MK Wabiola. But yesterday, when the day started, Tinubu Bokiti, he tumbled, but he's kind of make a joke of it himself now. Tell the Abobakus to calm down. Even your own slave master, Tinubu, is not offended. According to him, social media, we were all confused. Share this. There were some shots fired by Peter Obi yesterday. I have few for you. Thank you. And you are welcome too. So, good morning to you, good afternoon to you, and good evening to you from wherever you are joining from. This moment, it is Mayegun, and it is brunch time, all live. So yesterday, the media, especially the social media, was agog, buzzing with different memes made out of Tinubu's rollover video. However, he himself, he has taken it as a joke. In fact, he made a joke of it. Despite all the effort of his ass lickers, praise singers, the court jesters, to try to want to gaslight us or kind of want to dump it on us, trying to explain it away. So Kalu came out and said, listen, I tumbled, I doubled, I prostrated for democracy. That was what happened. But Tinubu's fall wasn't the only thing that happened yesterday. There were some other shots fired, especially from Peter Obi. And somehow, that seems to be the one that has taken over the point of discourse on social media right now. So what we're going to do this afternoon is that we will go through what happened after the fall yesterday. Kalu went on. Then he also went on to give other speeches. This time around, it's not written. So we'll start with that. Then we're going to move on then to Peter Obi's convo yesterday. So share this. And then we can add our own point to it. So the next phase of the chart today is going to be us reading from our book, The White Malice, which will last for about 45 minutes or so. And then last phase of the convo this afternoon is going to be the phone calls where everyone can, share your own your view about everything. So the battle for those who want to rescue Nigeria with those who believe that Nigeria is perfect as it is. Anyone complaining about Nigeria is considered an enemy of Nigeria. And let me give you something too, in case if you have not been consciously paying attention. Do you know that majority of Nigerians talking about Nigeria, they were actually like expressing their disgust and everything they feel towards the criminals that have divided, ruined, and shattered that country. But whenever those who are destroying Nigeria want to respond, they kind of want to make you feel guilty, like talking about all of their failures simply means you hate Nigeria. In fact, you are demarketing Nigeria. I don't know how many of you have consciously or subconsciously pay attention to that. Like, oh, Tinubu this, oh, APC have destroyed Nigeria, man. They have ruined this country, man. APC has said this, you know what I mean? This country, man, this country is finished. With these criminals, that Nigeria is done. Then they will turn it over and be like, man, you should not be hating your country. Sorry, one sec. Okay, hang on, I'm coming. However, let us go to what happened yesterday, because usually, right, they present, and it is in their own illusion, okay? In their world, they'll be like, these people, they hate Nigeria. But meanwhile, the people who hate Nigeria, destroying Nigeria, are the ones that you rogues, ass leakers, those of you who are already carrying your chains, like your slavery chain, okay, carrying it about, looking for who to be arrested by the rogues who are destroying your lives, destroying your economy. You want them to be arrested and put away and the rest of that. Because according to them, they are demarketing Nigeria by exposing these rogues and these criminals. Anyway, I'll come back to that. So let's go to Tinubu after Tinubu tumbled yesterday. Okay, so it went on for a presidential dinner. Okay, I mean presidential dinner, sort of, where ordinarily, if Nigeria is a real country, right, the police will walk straight into that room. I'll show you the video. Walk straight into that room, and possibly the only people that will not be arrested by your DSS inside the room, I'm about to show you now, maybe that would be the guys who probably are serving drinks in that room. It is the room filled with criminals. And then, and that is why some of the ombuds slaves, some of them are on TikTok now. I'm coming back to you. So some of the ombuds slaves, they are not invited. No matter the whatever shit they are dipping them into, they are wallowing in right now, yeah? They will only have to see it on TV. Meanwhile, this is the celebration of criminals, Nigeria criminals. The president is a drug dealer, okay? He's a heroin trafficker. His wife is a heroin trafficker. Then the Senate president is a thief, treasury looter. The vice president is a Boko Haram sympathizer, a Boko Haram sponsor. And you can go on and on like that. Then you will see state governors who are also treasury looters. Bunch of criminals. So if that room is a room where, if to say Nigeria is a real country, they should just walk into the place and put handcuffs on all of them. But one of the humble slaves is on TikTok right now telling me not to come to Nigeria. DSS is looking for me. I know, but that's what I'm trying to say. The criminals have taken over Nigeria. They are slaves, okay, who are comfortable slaves. They believe that whatever is wrong with Nigeria is coming from the wishes of the people. You know that? These unboot slaves, these ass lickers, these crumb eaters, these all-risers, arrest him if they cannot arrest that person. Because you see, it is the wishes of people like us that is not giving Nigeria electricity. It is because we don't wish Nigeria well. That is why they are looting their treasury. So people like us should be arrested. Arrested. Slaves that is, most of you are actually under arrest. You are prisoners who are inside prisons, but somehow you are walking about. Here you get. So Kolu, the druggie, and the criminals who have captured Nigeria, they gather together. And if I lie, tell me. Sorry, guys, on TikTok, you can't see it, okay? You need to come to YouTube and see what I mean. Tell me if I lie. If you see this whole gathering, tell me if there is, give me one good reason why any of them should walk out of this hall without handcuffs, including Tinubu. So yeah, it took it as a joke. So first is arrival. I think I have that. Yeah, this one.
Mother of the nation, you're welcome. Mr. President and his amiable wife, and then the Vice President, you're very much welcome. The Senate President, we'll give them time to finish taking the necessaries before I establish the protocol. Do we have Senida Polo in the house? We're told that Senida would have loved to stay in the schedule part of our anthem to Mr. President.
Tell me, after seeing their video, tell me if I am lying that in a working country, in a real country, if the police is there There is nobody inside that room that doesn't have any corruption case. None of them that doesn't have any corruption or any criminality case. But because Nigeria is controlled by criminals, okay, criminals, and that is why they can tell you to endure while they sort of, fritter away your commonwealth. So you know what I go do when I went away? I quickly go give one, because you see the ways on TikToks, right? Who are like the Abobakus there. They are also on Facebook. But you know something, I don't know if you have observed. The destruction of Nigeria, the poverty in Nigeria, has sort of affected so many, including these Agbadorians, that they are not too plenty on top Mayegun's diary these days. They cannot afford, okay, to sit down and be abusing Mayegun for 1 hour when they are yet to eat. So now, and there's no free Facebook view. So I saw one on TikTok said, you don't come to Nigeria. If you come to Nigeria, DSS will arrest you. I was like, Chenri, look at Omoeru. Do you not know that in Nigeria of today, by statistics, it is actually better to be in prison for so many reasons. It is better to be in prison than to be a walking prisoner. Millions of Nigerians are walking prisoners that can also be killed. If you are in prison, Boko Haram, Fulani terrorists, police stray bullet, or any other, all of these things, they will avoid you. You are likely going to eat 2 square meals a day instead of using whatever peanuts you have in your pocket to come on social media to defend the people that are actually working to destroy you. They are destroying you, not me. So people in prison are better than some of you walking about. Now only club, una they take cover body, shameless bunch. Arrest him. Arrest this. Of course, now that's what you have. You have criminals who are practicing pseudo-democracy, looting and stealing from you. And I said, because you see what I was talking about, those who were defending their rogue oppressors, they kind of indirectly believe that now wishes of people like us, no, they make Nigeria work. You see what I told you when I told you that the issue of, the report of over 70% Nigerians have mental health problem, a very, very bad one, right? Is very much evidence if you come on social media and look at the impoverished, oppressed, like the people that are the victims of bad governance. You will see them on social media. And then you are wondering, like, this must be mental problem. All of you who don't wish Nigeria well, in Jesus' name, Nigeria will work. Ashiwaju will shake. The same people who were praying that Boko Haram will succeed. Abieti Bagbeni, the Olori Brukus who were on social media telling you that it is because you hated Nigeria. That was why you wanted Nigeria to fail. But God will shock you. Jesus will shock you. Allah will shock you. Last, now then shocked to poverty. Some of them, they were shocked to death with the result of bad governance, which is not actually sparing anybody. So if you come on Mayegun's, maybe you are new. If you come on Mayegun's diary political, this man don't come to Nigeria, they will arrest you. Whether you are actually trying to joke or you mean it, Baba, they make any sense. You are living in a shithole that many of you can't wait to get out from. They sell una properties. See, Nigeria has become so dangerous. There are no people way poor, one japa. Even those who have enough, who have everything, they run away from Nigeria. One Olori Bruku is now there and thinking, me, I can't go buy tickets. Because there is no actually real country in other places of the world. I can't go buy a ticket. I can't say at the park bag. I won't go inside the shit to go prove what? A place whereby What we are actually hoping and praying for is that before they turn all of you to a bunch of criminals, to terrorists, lily-livered cowards, that will never have any confidence to go after the criminals, destroying your lives, but you will come after those who are exposing them, shameless cowards. You are suffering, but you can't face the criminals who are destroying your lives. But by the time they are done with all of you, our own wish is that maybe you will wake up before you turn to terrorist, before you turn to kidnapper, before you turn to ritualist, in the space of looking for money to feed. So they blame people. They say, now, you know, they wish Nigeria well. That's why Nigeria has no electricity. That is why Nigeria cannot protect Nigerians. Yeah? Anyway, Kolu, who was like the guy who tumbled yesterday, he went on to sort of give himself a bit of a notch. And it was like, but before that, right, I am actually going to put, what do you call it? Let me put this up first. There is a mix. Okay, let's listen to where Kolu took a joke of his own fall. Then after that, I'm going to play you one of one guy who kind of like spoke at the gala too. Tinubu, ladies and gentlemen, he said he dobaled.
Early this morning, I had a swagger, and it's on the social media. They are confused whether I was doing Buga or doing Babarega. But it is a day to celebrate democracy while doing Dobale for the day. I'm a traditionally Yoruba boy. I did my Dobale.
He's a typically Yoruba boy. So he only Dobale. But here is what Shehu Sani told him, especially talking about this their pseudo democracy. Listen.
A day like this will not be complete without appreciating the role played by the likes of Colonel Abubakar Dangiwa Umar, the likes of Chief Abraham Adesanya, Alani Akao Boshoru, and the likes of Fred Eno. Mr. President, even though the governor of Kaduna State removed me from the seat, I will always remember that he was one of those who stood for us when we were in prison. He was among those who kept the torch of freedom alive while many of us languished in the cell. Mr. President, I would like to draw your attention to this fact and this truth. The national anthem cannot unite a nation. A national pledge cannot unite a nation. A constitution cannot unite a nation. A nation is united by the ideals of freedom. A nation is united by equity and by justice. Many younger generations of today have not and couldn't know the sacrifice we have made to restore democracy to this country. It is important that we bring to attention to those who were not here in those days of the struggle. This democracy was not a gift given to us by the military. It was not a lottery that we won. It was a product of struggle and sacrifice. There were people who were forced into exile, like the President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, and the likes of Wole Soyinka. There were people who were sent to prison, like us. We're supposed to spend the first 15 years of our life in prison, but by the magnanimity of God, we were out. There were many who were dead. This democracy was a product of struggle. The Academic Staff Union of Nigeria made sacrifices. Nigerian media made sacrifices. The Nupeng, headed by the like of Frank Kokori, made sacrifices. The National Association of Nigerian Students made sacrifices. This democracy was a product of that struggle, was a product of that commitment, and was a product of that determination. Mr. President, you have a duty to succeed. If you succeed, you will share your glory because you came from the trenches, you came from that struggle, you come from that period of struggle. Mr. President, if you fail, they will say that those of you who fought for democracy have nothing new to offer to Nigeria. We will pray for you, and we believe that the reforms which you have taken, there is no doubt about it, you too have recognized the untold hardship and the suffering it has inflicted on millions of people. But we are expecting that at the end of the day, it will bear fruit, and people will rejoice and say that the sacrifices that they have made, the consequences of that reforms, was something that was worth all this trouble. Mr. President, thank you for the honor and the privilege, and do something about the Nigerian prisons, because they were the ones who hosted us in those days and in those dark days of the struggle. And on the last call, Mr. President, there are some people who are still in detention as a result of the NSAS protest. They were young people who were protesting for justice, for freedom, and for democracy. Any young protester in Nigeria today learned from you, because you were the father of protest in Nigeria. Do something about it. Give them the freedom. You taught us, you funded us to stand up and fight, so they are your children and your grandchildren. Give them the pardon. Thank you, and God bless.
Shehu Sani. At least he was able to tell him to his face, national anthem,